Welcome, friends. Let us together rebuild this world so that we may live, laugh, and lore.
I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Not listening. I'm not listening.
Oh, that took.
Program loaded and ready.
Make it so.
Welcome to the Live, Laugh, Lore podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Tony.
And I'm Mark.
Mark, we are a week late on this.
We
but,
are.
Hey, better late than ever.
That's true.
So, officially, this is our Thanksgiving episode.
Yes.
Now, last year, I think the reason why we were a week late is because last year we didn't do a Thanksgiving episode.
And I checked. I know. I was.
Yeah. So when we normally do our whole strategy, right? So just behind the curtain on the podcast, side of the house, we got a Google Docs and we plan all of our episodes off that. And I think what we also, when you think about it, when we record, we're 2 to sometimes plus weeks ahead.
Yeah.
So you don't really think about that much dates. You just go, oh, it's November. You don't really think about it. We're in December, but hey, why, still thinking about Thanksgiving, baby.
Just a little late, but it's okay.
Hey, that's all
when
right.
When we're recording, it's just the Monday after, so.
Yeah, and I could do some movie magic and actually release us on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right. It'll just say, backdate it.
Backdate it, but I'll keep it real for the listeners. But without further ado, so Mark, this is officially our Live, Laugh, Lore Thanksgiving episode.
Yes.
So before we get started and talk about it, Mark, what are the few things you're thankful? Of course, family, friends, everything like that. But in the lore sphere, what are you thankful for? Is there anything that you think and you're like, oh my goodness, thank God Tolkien was born. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, what's your big Live, Laugh, Lore pod thankful?
Right now, I'm thankful for Rick Riordan. He was a big author in my childhood. He wrote the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. And the reason that comes to mind is because the season 2 of the Disney Plus TV show comes out.
Oh, yeah, I saw
here
that.
in December.
Okay.
And I was a huge fan of the books, read all of them as a kid.
Yep.
They made some movies about 10 years ago.
Didn't
Stunk.
they
stunk.
Yeah. Didn't
They
they
only
fall
made
pretty hard?
Yeah, they only made 2, and they were just terrible. They made the Disney Plus series, and season 1 was really good. So here's the thing, Tony. I hate it.
Wait, Disney has the rights to it, and they're making a series, not movies.
Correct.
Oh, I thought it was still movies.
Show.
Okay,
Nope.
Gotcha.
And here's the thing, Tony. I understand that any, adaptation, TV show, movie is going to be a little different from the books.
Yeah.
I get it. But if you leave out major things, that really ticks me off.
Of course.
You can add things as long as it doesn't mess up, characters or timeline.
Yeah.
Please add, because I love getting extra detail and stuff like that, right?
Oh.
And that's what season 1. So, season 1 wasn't perfect of the Percy Jackson, but it was good enough for me to want to watch season 2.
Okay, that's
So,
good.
I'm
That's
excited.
coming from you. That's big.
Yeah.
Not saying you're overly critical, but I think we have the same gauge. And I totally agree. I don't want to get this into pet peeve episodes, but I swear directors are like, I have to make my mark on this artistically.
Right.
Therefore, I had to change something. It's like, no. You can keep the same exact scene and everything, but in your adaptation. What are we doing here?
Right.
Harry Potter did not need to break that wand. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like, come on, guys. But sorry that was a Harry Potter joke. But no. But seriously, though, like, that's one thing that kind of gets me is like, man, this was such a popular book series. Everyone read Percy Jackson growing up. I didn't, just full disclosure, sorry. But so many people did. I'm shocked they didn't just take the easy putt, go along the lines. That movie would have killed it.
Right.
Same with Aragon. They could
Aragon
have
would
just
have been another
killed
one.
it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh. Everyone's like, oh man, Lord of the Rings. I'm like, dude, there's like 3 other universes I can think off the top of my head that would like be at that level if they would have had a Peter Jackson at the helm doing well with it.
I want to be honest. Ever since, the new Murtaugh book, right, came out, it's been a year now since that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because I just finished reading Aragon, I think this time last year. And then it came out like a month later.
I'm surprised no network has tried to pick it up.
So I think they have been in the works, but I think
okay.
he's so that's always like one of those classic, like, you don't know what to believe online.
Yeah.
But basically Chris Paolini finally did like break science and was like, hey, I am talking with people, because basically when he was still super young, he was like might have been like our age.
Oh yeah.
When the movie
movies
came out.
He didn't know what was probably.
When I say our age, meaning like late 20s, early 30s.
30s, yeah.
And so it's wild to me to think that, like, if someone came to me with all these decisions, like, so now I think he's taking it in a much more deeper stride and going, okay, you know what I mean? Because I think the biggest ones that people are actually talking about, one, Percy Jackson was huge. Number 2 is Aragon series, so Chris Paolini. And the third is with Red Rising. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Don't remember the author's name. Pierce Brown.
Yep.
Pierce Brown, thank you. Pierce Brown, those are like the 3 that people like want series on, but all of them are like, hey, I know what can happen if we don't do this right. So I think all of them are like getting very good, which is bringing me so much joy. Mark, I think we're going to get a boom. Yeah. I think we're going to get a wild boom of great stuff. So that's what I'm thankful for, actually, is the slingshot of the tension of all these bad movies. But, man, there's probably 1 or 2 that are going to come out of this just as an absolute dinger. It's going to be great. Yeah. But the other thing, too, is Dan Abbott. He's Warhammer 40,000. We have a book club. A couple of my buddies and I. Actually, it was one of my work buddies it was one of my buddies at work who started up and started saying, like, hey, I was kind of talking to him because he's a Warhammer guy. I was like, man, I've already loved the war. Started wanting to read the book. And so we're reading the Horus Heresy. The first one's called Horus Rising. That's by Dan Abbott. And I've got like 6 people in this book club, 7 including myself. So it's a pretty hefty book club. Reading Warhammer 40,000. So listeners, please, if you want to, join in, this would be fantastic. We love to talk about it. We got a Discord and everything. Joe, friend of the pod, he's going to be joining in and coming in, and he's actually in the book club as well. So
okay,
and
very
then
nice.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So it's gonna be it's gonna be great and very excited. But that's what I'm thankful for.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see how the boom plays out because we got the new Harry Potter show.
Do you think this is going to be the start, or do you think this is going to be the nail that puts it in the coffin, and then they'll we got to really change?
Right. Yeah. It's.
What's your thoughts, Mark? I'm curious. Let's hear. Right. It's not our end of the year, but let's just have fun for our Thanksgiving episode. That's a week late. Mark, what do you think? What are you projecting?
Well, I think there's a lot of pressure on it. There's a lot of pressure on it. Right. I think there are some projects waiting to be greenlit, depending on how the first season of the new Harry Potter show goes. So it can
with the universe, you're talking about studios doing other things like Percy Jackson, like.
Well, yeah. So I think there'll be more world expansion, like Rings of Power, but in sense of rebooting classic franchises. So Netflix has the right to the Chronicles of Narnia.
No way.
Yeah,
dude, how'd they get that?
So, right?
Crazy. Okay.
So we'll see how they.
Yeah.
Do with that.
I was curious when you say greenlit, though, in a sense of, do you think they're going to do, a Marauder series, or do you think they're going to now greenlit, Red Rising or something like that? You know what I mean?
I think both.
Okay.
I think certainly if it fails, there's going to be a slowdown on Harry Potter material, I think, at first.
Yep.
They're going to try other franchises.
That's my hope. Honestly, I don't want it to fail. I would never want anything to fail. We might sound very negative here, and I do apologize. This is our feelings and emotions and opinions. Take it with a grain of salt. And I really don't... We of course, Mark, you can agree with this. We're not trying to be negative people, but we're calling balls and strikes.
Right.
I mean, come on. Call a ball and strike. But I want it to also be known, I don't ever go into something going, wow, I hope this fails.
Right.
I always go, man... Please prove me wrong. Please prove my, maybe preconceived notions wrong. And, 9 times out of 10 recently it has not gone too hot. But I was very excited because I'm like, man, if this does go wayward, I think they will leave it up and do some other big franchise.
Yes.
Curious on what the franchise is going to be.
Right.
Henry Cavill, speaking of Warhammer, Henry Cavill might be bringing in some stuff with everything, and The Witcher also went down, which, oh my gosh, don't get me started on that. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens. So I think we're in a weird, 2020, effectively 2021 to 2025. The last 4 years have been kind of a little tumultuous. You know what I mean? Not great. I'm really curious to see if 2026 and onward is going to be this big boom of, holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Let's be thankful, Mark.
We're on the precipice.
Yeah, we're on the precipice. Come on, baby. George Lucas, if you can hear me now, please, take out Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yes.
Dave Filoni, you too. I believe in you. But okay, Mark, that's so funny. We did all this pre-ramble, but I'm very excited about all this stuff. But yeah, let's start talking about what our episode is about today, which is Thanksgiving. And what better way to do it is experiencing the lore of Thanksgiving. So, Mark, what do you got for me?
All right, Tony, let's talk turkey.
Okay, love it.
Okay, Tony, picture this. 1621.
Yep, Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
No. That's 1492.
I'm joking around. Yeah. I didn't know that one.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So this is about a year after the Mayflower landed.
Oh,
Plymouth Rock, what is modern day Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pilgrims and the Indians come together. What do you remember? What do you know about this first Thanksgiving, Tony? Or at least what do you at least think you remember?
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to be a testament to the American education system. All right, Mark, you ready for this?
Yes.
Americans, you know, I guess these settlers are coming over. First off, just figured this out because Jen and I Googled it on our ride because we were curious. They're Puritans. I didn't know that. I thought they were like Quakers or something, but no, they're Puritans. So Puritans are coming over. And turns out, you know, as good as their seafaring was when they got landfall, basically they didn't do too hot. They could build things, but cultivating the land and everything like that wasn't doing too great. They, I guess, you know, once again, they also kind of came at this winter time, or starting to become fall, so getting a harvest in and everything like that didn't seem too hot. And virtually, basically, these Native Americans came in and basically were like, hey, helping them out. Here's some food. Here's how to do your, you know, planting. Put the fish in with the corn, you know, basically adding those nutrients into the soil in order to get some good growth and crops for the next year. And that's basically all I got.
Yeah.
And then they were all happy and they had, you know, what you experienced today with the cornucopia, the turkey, the corn. Boom. That's all I got.
Boom. Yes.
Is that what the American system taught me?
It's pretty, yeah. So, I mean, that's the iconic image, right? And
yes.
So they very much had a dinner, but like there wasn't a cornucopia. The food was way different.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And the first meeting was different as well. But that's essentially what it was. Yeah. The tribe, the Wampanoag.
I didn't know that. Okay.
That's the Native American tribe. And the Puritans came together. Now, it was kind of a...
By the way, was this by Big Turkey? Did they have turkey there at least? Or are we getting into that?
We're going to get into it.
Okay, good. Because I was about to say, I swear, the meat industry was like, dude, we're not
Spoiler
selling
alert,
enough.
no turkey at the first Thanksgiving, though.
Great, okay. That's what I needed. Okay.
So, it was tough that first winter, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
There was about 100 people that came over.
Only 100?
There was half of the original, approximate 100 people, perished on from the Mayflower journey.
So 50 people
There's
only?
about 50 people remaining at the end of the first winter.
Dude, I'll be honest, I never appreciated that at all. 50 people? That's insane. That's not even a college class.
Right.
It's barely a high school class.
Yeah. Which, if people remember from my Ilvermorny deep dive episode,
okay,
the founder of Ilvermorny disguised herself as a young boy on the Mayflower, and that boy died in that first winter. But of course, she went on to found Ilvermorny with her family. But anyway.
But you're saying 50 died on the journey. This is before winter.
No, this is 100 people landed.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes me feel
50
better.
people died in that first winter because it was so harsh. Well, they had nothing, Tony. They didn't know the land was completely different from England.
Yep.
They had to learn how to build houses.
Yep.
You know, they were in closer quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have the readily available medical supplies they would have had in England. So
yeah.
It was tough.
I can only imagine. Yeah. But a coin toss worth of deaths is insane.
Yeah. So they realized pretty quick that their entire existence was dependent on befriending the Wampanoag people that were there. And specifically their leader, Osamaquin, who in English went by Massasoit. Anyway, hard names to pronounce.
Yeah, yep.
That and Tisquantum, who the Puritans called Squanto.
What? I thought that was
Yes.
Oh, Tonto. That's Good, Bad, the Ugly, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking his name.
Different.
Okay, Squanto.
So Squanto and Massasoit were very critical because Squanto was the interpreter and Massasoit was essentially the chief.
Yeah.
So he had the resources and Squanto was able to communicate. So several years prior, he was kidnapped by English traders, taken to England. He learned English there.
I was about to say, how did he learn English? Okay.
Bought his freedom and came back.
Yeah, of course he's, feels a little,
So he's huge. He's very important to this whole operation.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of they're using each other to a means to an end. The Puritans want to learn how to survive.
Yep.
The Wampanoag, who's had experience with English and other colonials before, don't want to die.
Oh, because they want to get in good because they're like, dude, if we help them,
Yeah, they might not kill us.
yeah, they'll be cool. Okay.
So it was kind of a win-win situation for them. Also, the term Thanksgiving, at least back then, was a traditional English custom, typically tied to a religious function. So
Okay.
something good. It was like a religious day of fasting and prayer. This
Wow.
was a secular event. It was still a 3-day event at the end in the autumn of 1621. It
Okay.
was a 3-day feast.
Oh wow.
And so there was about 90 Wampanoag Native Americans to the 50 Puritans.
Showing numbers.
Yeah. So we think that this was planned. They came together. What probably happened is they were trying to hunt and the Wampanoag heard like a musket fire. And so they knew that the Puritans were not having good luck. So they brought 5 deer. And that was like the center point of the meal.
Oh wow.
And
So we're
so-
saying we should have venison, really.
So venison was like the original turkey.
Ah.
I mean, it was very plentiful, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what they had. They had that and a bunch of other things, which we'll go into a little bit. So they had other types of birds, but no turkey.
Okay.
That wasn't there yet, even though it's a native bird to America.
Okay, I was about to say I thought turkey was like one of the few native birds to actual like in North America.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of other finches, but I'm talking like
Yeah.
like eat bird, right?
Yeah.
You know?
So it mainly duck and geese were the fowl because that was just what was in that area at the time. Corn, shellfish, squash, and beans.
Selfish.
That was the original Thanksgiving meal. What's in your typical, Tony, at your Thanksgiving? Your Thanksgiving plate.
Our
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, modern day. What's at your?
Yeah, I would say 2 starches, right? So sweet potatoes or yams, depending on where you get them from, right? Isn't that right? South America's yams.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, but sweet potatoes, yams, and then the other starch is mashed potatoes, and then turkey, gravy, stuffing.
Yep, you're a turkey guy over a ham guy.
Oh, I mean, I'll dabble. Dabble. Do you 1 or 2? You
Yeah.
know what I mean. I'll do both. I honestly either one. I don't mind the turkey. I don't mind ham. I kind of love it.
I like both too. I'm definitely more of a turkey guy.
Yeah.
When it comes to Thanksgiving, I don't know. Maybe it's just the ambiance of it because when it's Christmas time, I like a ham over. a
Yeah,
turkey.
yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's what it's kind of known for, right?
Yeah.
Christmas ham. So I was going to ask you this. It's interesting because I was actually talking to Jenna and, of course, talking to some coworkers as well about this. But we have such a large family that people are like, oh, how do you guys prepare your turkey? So I'm like, what do you mean? Like 4 aunts bring it in, like 4 different crock pots.
Yeah.
One of them's like shredded. The other one is like actually like, 2 or 3 is like cooked. Like, oh, you've never had a deep fried turkey? I'm like, I don't know how they're turkey's
Yeah.
just on the table.
Yeah,
You have to
they're just
feed like
there.
100
Yeah.
plus people. I mean, it's just there. I don't even know what to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to me because I've never had like a real, like everyone has placemats. You sit down. Oh, you have a wine and you're this, and it's a very traditional like. Oh, and you spend time to carve the turkey. Like it's just so funny. Like the way you like the Hallmark turkey, right? Or like frying the turkey is something else. And I never experienced that until I was married with Jenna's family because they only have like 20, 30-ish people. You know what I mean? Compared to our 100 plus. So I thought that was funny because I was going to ask you: have you experienced it yet? Like, have you had a deep fried turkey? Like, you know what I mean? Because everyone swears by it. Or smoked turkey. Never had either one.
I've never had either one. The most intimate was at Taylor's family, but they're more ham people, which is fine. I
kind of love that though.
But it was very good, and it was like an intimate dinner. That was like last year was the first time I've experienced that because, like, you're right.
Yeah, intimate Thanksgiving.
In our family household, or get together, it's you get your food and get out.
Yeah. You just hope there's something there.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, butter noodles, be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's always, our first generation there, Gen 1, we always call it, and then Gen 2 is us, and then we go around. But I'm so glad you had the same opinion on that. Because everyone looked at me like I had 3 heads, and I was like, wait, you guys don't have like 100 people at your Thanksgiving? Like, I never even thought about that. Or like, you're not fighting over pies? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah, it's crazy to me, but yeah.
Speaking of pie, obviously they couldn't have any pie back then, Tony, because they didn't have the
Desserts,
refined sugar or the wheat flour made for pies and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So did they do anything with like honey?
So yeah, they had honey
like
and they had
sweets.
Yeah, but
you know
but
I mean?
even then, honey is not as sweet was not as sweet back then
Okay.
as we had it now. So our sweets may kill would have probably killed them.
Oh, yeah. By the way, full disclosure, it's December 1st,
Yeah.
right? I, no joke, went to Walmart today, bought a pack of Little Debbie Christmas trees.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, first off, that would absolutely kill them. Second off, that absolutely fuels me.
Yeah.
I love a Little Debbie Christmas tree. Holy cow. Oh, my goodness. How you doing? That's, nice. But so, Mark, but yeah, you use similar plate, though, right? When we're talking about this.
Oh,
like,
for
yeah,
sure.
I think we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really
gravy,
feel like...
I love gravy. The noodles are my favorite.
That's what I said, yeah. Butter noodles. Oh, my goodness.
Noodles are my favorite. Absolute favorite.
But not everyone has that. That's not a staple.
Yeah, it's not. And
Apparently, it's just
it's
what makes
shocked.
sense for us because we're feeding an army. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you stuffing guy? Do you like the stuffing?
Not really. I've had it before, and I've had like some decent one, but it's one of those things where I'm like, dude, I'm so focused on these other things, I'll stick away from it.
It's grown on me over as I've gotten older, but it's not every stuffing. You know,
Yeah.
Some stuffings I'll pound. Some I'm like,
The box is still the best,
Yeah.
I think, but I still don't. I'm
Yeah.
not a big. What about the cranberry sauce? Do you mess with that?
nah, not really. I'm not.
I've
big,
had it once, and I was
but-
like, dude, what is
Yeah,
going on?
but that's iconic food that I'm gonna get into here.
Oh,
later.
really? Oh, so
But-
there is roots in the
Yeah,
cranberry.
But
oh,
cranberry,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then of course pies. You know, I like
Oh,
my mom's apple pie or really any of her pies.
dude, your
you know.
mom's strawberry pie, and Amy, you already know I love you, but man, your strawberry pie, whoo, it's my favorite pie to date. Honestly, if someone's like, dude, you need your last meal, and Amy's strawberry pie is up there for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, but yeah, I think pies are iconic. But here's the thing: where do you stand? Really quick, sorry, this is opinionated. Where do you stand on pumpkin pie?
I like it.
Okay,
I
Dig
will
it?
always choose apple pie over pumpkin pie,
agreed.
but I do like pumpkin pie. Yes.
Do you whip cream it, or do you know?
Absolutely
whip
whipped cream it.
Yep. See, yeah, I gave Peter a little bit of pumpkin pie because he's a pumpkin eater.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
How you doing? But yeah, no, and that was like one of those things where it's just crazy to think like, yeah, just ripping a pumpkin pie. Kind of seeing him experience it for the first time. It's like, dude, this is sick. Apparently, it's not so custom to what our ancestors experienced, but well, not our specific ancestors, but someone's ancestors experienced. But yeah,
So speaking of that kind of food, Tony, pumpkin pie and the canned cranberry sauce, as I mentioned before, were very popularized in the 19th and 20th centuries. Pumpkin pie was popularized by cookbooks and commercial food companies because pumpkins were cheap and they could easily disseminate cookbooks, and that was what people could easily
Yeah,
make. It's
I
a
knew.
quick and easy pie.
dude, I knew it. I knew there's some big nonsense, big turkey and big pumpkin out
Yeah.
here. Okay.
And then canned cranberry sauce, the company Ocean Spray went into
Yeah.
they made some agreement where it just kind of was on national, cranberry
Probably a
was
Hallmark
all
movie.
over billboards and all that stuff. They just really capitalized on the
Dude,
situation.
some lobbyists out there
Yeah.
for ocean sprays on like a mega yacht right now. You know, that's crazy. Now, wait, really quick. So, not to be dumb and not to derail, but who established Thanksgiving as an official holiday?
So
Was it?
yeah, so that's Tony. You're leaping right ahead.
Dude, I really don't mean to. I'm sorry. Because when you bring this up, though, because it
Yeah.
matters, because it's crazy to see this holiday evolve from our plates to, like, what is becoming, like, the actual traditional lore
Yep.
to what's on our plates and how we celebrate it. Because think about that. Like, big turkey and big cranberries coming in, or actually, sorry, big pumpkin pies coming in and being like, hey,
Yeah.
we need to get this stuff off our shelves. What can we do?
Yes.
Let's tie it in with the holiday and then go from there. It's like, well, how did that
Exactly.
even start? So I don't know.
So
It's
here's
very-
history. So I was going to go into that, but we got talking about food, so then I jumped around a little bit. But
Oh,
but let's
Dude,
go.
you do. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt.
So let's talk about that. How we got from the Wampanoags, Squanto,
Yep.
and the Puritans to 2025 Thanksgiving. Okay. So obviously we had the first in the fall of 1621. For the next 150 years after 1621, Thanksgiving was not annual. They were sporadic and locally declared religious days of prayer or Thanksgiving by like the local colonial governor.
Okay.
But again, it was not everywhere. George Washington, in 1789, his first year as president, issued a one-time proclamation of thanks for the successful establishment of the new nation of the Constitution. Okay? And that
Big.
was like the first formal nationwide Thanksgiving. But again, it was only once. And I think he did it one or two times more in his presidency.
That's pretty sick, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? We just made a new nation. Let's be thankful.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. So now enters the godmother, if you will, of Thanksgiving, Tony.
Okay.
Sarah Josepha Hale, editor, novelist, also a poet. You may know her work, Tony.
Okay.
It's a little tune by the name of Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She campaigned relentlessly for 40 years, from 1827 through the 60s, 1867, to make this a national recurring government holiday. She wrote to governors, presidents, congressmen,
so
anyone that would
sick.
listen, seeing the holiday as a powerful force for national unity in a country increasingly divided by sectionalism and slavery.
Dude, that's okay. I love that. Like making that your life's goal.
Yeah.
That's sick. But why do they say your name? I don't know. I've never heard that name.
Right? Yeah.
That's
You don't learn about her.
Come on. Yeah.
But you know her works.
Yeah, Mary Had
Yeah.
a Little Lamb, of course.
But you have no idea she was connected to Thanksgiving.
Nope, no, none at all.
Finally, her prayers were answered, Tony,
Okay.
in 1863 by President Lincoln.
Okay.
Amidst the Civil War, President Lincoln finally thought that establishing the last Thursday in November as an annual national day of Thanksgiving would strategically instill hope and a sense of shared national identity.
Especially during that time. Holy
in a
cow.
war where brother was killing brother, you know?
Oh. Couldn't imagine.
So now it's established, right?
Yep.
Okay. And we talked a little bit about how...
And by the way, did she live long enough to see this?
Yes.
Sick.
So she got to live long enough to see it.
Awesome. That's really important because that would stink if they're like, you know what I mean? She didn't, you know.
He also did the first turkey pardoning.
Oh, okay.
His son, they were getting ready to have turkey, and he was out, but his son thought the turkey was cute and said, "Dad, can we please not eat gobble or whatever the turkey's name is?"
That's from South Park. You know?
So he yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
I don't know if
Lincoln-
you meant that in turn.
No.
Yeah.
But Lincoln meant it as a joke. He's like, "All right, well, I pardon you, gobble," and it stuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it
But
was
no, but here's the thing. So sorry, turkey was already thought of right now.
yes. So turkey ascended to the throne of Thanksgiving in the 19th century because it was an abundant, large enough bird to feed a crowd, and also seen as a uniquely American bird, other than the American eagle, because no one really wanted to cook up eagles,
Thank God, because they're already, you know what I mean, not
making
doing
it
hot.
the centerpiece for Abraham
Okay.
Lincoln's new holiday.
So it is kind of out of necessity and
Yeah.
patriotic, you know.
And there's plenty of them, you know.
Good.
So, now he was the first to do it, and most presidents did it, but it was not
Pardoning the turkey.
pardoning the turkey, but it wasn't formalized until 1989 by President George H.W. Bush, and since then it's been absolutely consistent every year.
That is super late. I didn't think that would be.
So most presidents did do it, but not consistently.
Yeah. Well, H is the dad, right?
Yep,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
yep. So
So in our lifetimes, they have absolutely done it.
correct.
Who's the president when we were born?
When we were born, it was Clinton was president.
Gotcha. And then after W.
Yes, but
Yeah.
H.W. was before Clinton.
Yeah. HW, we weren't alive. Clinton, alive. Gotcha.
Yes, but like I said, most
Yeah,
of,
here's figure out our age.
yeah, most of the presidents did it in between, but like the formal turkey pardoning ceremony.
actually-
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Also, if you're president, why aren't you hitting that up? You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
need a formal? Yeah, just do it just for fun.
yeah, so
Bring out 3 more, brother. I'm ready to party.
yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
And then they have a little get together there at the White House. You know, it's just a little.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
So other things, Tony, other common traditions that we have now:
Okay.
the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Nice.
Starting in 1924, it shifted the holiday focus. New York wanted another sense of unity, something that everyone could watch, tune into, and feel like the country was connected. It also became the unofficial start of the Christmas shopping season because Macy's is a big department store.
Yeah.
So it's another one of those like, oh, okay, well, let's put our name out there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's funny.
And
That was like,
the
actually,
Macy's parade has been every year since 1924, except one year during World War II. They canceled
crazy.
it because there wasn't enough people.
But balloons, like that whole.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's gotten bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah. But like,
Yeah,
but
but
the fact they spent the time and effort.
yeah, but they had
to-
floats and stuff, you know.
wow.
So it's been a big deal,
Yeah, good.
especially because they couldn't broadcast it back then, right? So
Well, that's what I was gonna
the
say.
first broadcast of it was huge.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny because they had to have not broadcast it, build up the hype, and then finally broadcast it. And it's like, oh, okay, dude, Macy's has been kicking for that long.
Yeah, Macy's is super old. I mean, it was in business even before 1924. So
That's wild. Okay, yeah. I'm learning a lot of things here, Mark. You know,
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy to think.
next one, Tony. I know you're not the biggest, avid football watcher, but
No, not at all.
as you may know, football is big on Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
Yeah. It became a tradition back in 1934. So this is another advertising. The Detroit Lions were a new team, and they were struggling to fill seats.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing was going on Thanksgiving Day. They knew nothing was happening. So they invited the reigning champions. Super Bowl wasn't invented yet, but essentially the last Super Bowl champion,
Yep.
the Chicago Bears,
Go Bears.
to play on a Thanksgiving Day, knowing that people would watch because the Bears were playing.
Yeah.
And even though they didn't lose, they gave the Bears a run for their money. And so the 1935 season saw a huge uptick in Detroit Lions fans and stuff like that.
Okay.
And for years, they dominated that. But I don't know if there was a backstage deal that when the Dallas Cowboys came on the scene, later, I think in the 60s or something, they were also struggling. And they struck a deal with the owners of the Lions saying that we can share Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
So there's 3 games on Thanksgiving Day now, but
Yeah.
the rules are that the Lions and the Cowboys have to play.
Oh, really?
And that's that.
Oh, in perpetuity? That's pretty
Yeah.
sick. I just know it's like called like the Turkey Bowl. Isn't that when they eat all the turkey legs?
Yeah,
at
so
the
the
end?
winners get a trophy and they yeah.
Yeah.
So I just watched it, but they said it was warm and good, but
Everyone says it's
there was
pretty yucky.
probably, I don't know, 8 minutes left in game time, which takes close to a half hour, but the turkey was already out, ready to go. And I'm like, that's got to be cold.
Yeah, there's no way.
But
yeah.
it's all made by a professional chef, so I'm sure it tasted really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so that's that.
That's pretty cool. I'm shocked that it's not recognized as like season play. It's just fun games.
No, it is a actual season game.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But the Cowboys and Detroit Lions have to be playing.
Yes,
Okay.
it's part of the contract agreement. So,
Man, that stinks when you know you're getting on that team. You know you're never going to have a Thanksgiving again.
right, yeah.
Always going to play. But also, you're making $10 million, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, I think
you're
they'll
doing
be
all right,
okay. Yeah.
Celebrate Thanksgiving on a Friday. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah. So that's that. That's kind of how our stuff came to be. There are a few other countries, Tony, that have a official Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
There are several countries that have Thanksgiving-esque, but it's not an official holiday. So Canada is the biggest one that has a Thanksgiving Day. It's the second Monday in October. The earlier date reflects Canada's earlier harvest season, because it gets colder quicker. Its first celebration was in 1578, so it predates anything that the U.S. did.
Yeah.
The meal is very simple. Turkey, pumpkin pie, but the holiday is considered more low-key and less linked to a specific colonial origin story.
Okay.
Liberia is the next one, Tony. It's the first Thursday in November. This holiday was brought to the West African nation by formerly enslaved African Americans who founded the country in the 19th century after they came back from America.
Wow.
The celebration often includes a church service with an auction of a cornucopia of local fruits like bananas and mangoes.
Oh, so cornucopia is where that comes from. Why did we adopt it?
That's a bountiful harvest. So plenty,
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of thought. I just didn't know if there's any roots back to it.
So we had it, and they used it from our imagery.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So we had it before.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Grenada, October 25th. Unique in its modern political origin, Grenada's Thanksgiving marks the anniversary of the 1983 U.S.-led invasion that restored constitutional government authority and brought stability back to the island. So that's kind of fun. Norfolk Island in Australia. Last Wednesday in November, this remote Australian territory was influenced by American whalers who introduced the custom in the 1890s. The tradition involves decorating the local church with local produce and flowers. Official Thanksgiving.
America's got their hand in the pot on all these.
Well, yeah, I mean, it started, except Canada. Canada's the OG, you know? But
Allegedly.
people forget about Canada.
Allegedly.
And then the last other country is Brazil, and it's the fourth Thursday in November, called Dia de Acao de Graças. I probably butchered that, but
No, you did take Latin in high school.
Yeah,
we
that's
will
true.
forgive you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this holiday was instituted in the 40s after Brazilian ambassador to the United States was inspired by the American celebration. Again,
Yeah, nice.
It is often celebrated by families with American ties and certain Protestant churches.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah, I was wondering where those kind of religious roots come from, right? Because Puritans, right? And then I was curious if other kind of religions adopted it in as well.
so
Wow, that's really cool.
yeah.
I didn't know anything of that about Thanksgiving. Like I told you, I just knew they did the fish and corn.
Yep.
About all I got.
Just remember Squanto, Tony.
It's Squanto. But the shellfish thing threw me off too, but it makes sense.
Well, they're on the
We're
coast. Yep.
Yeah. I never thought about that. Mm-hmm. It's not a warm coast by any means, but
No.
yeah, it's coast.
Yeah. Source of food,
Yeah.
sustenance.
It's crazy. So, Mark, do you have any other facts for us? Or do you want to switch over to our game?
That I was going to say, I've got, unless you have any other questions, that was kind of what I capped with.
Perfect. No, I have no other questions. I think the only thing I want to say is shout out Joe. We mentioned you earlier for
Yes.
the Warhammer Club, book club, but I also want to mention that he was kind of talking about, because we were thinking of episode ideas, and he kind of mentions like, hey, wait, you guys never done a Thanksgiving episode. I was like, oh my goodness, we haven't.
Yes.
Let's
thank
record.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for the idea. It was
Yeah,
great.
appreciate it, Joe. We totally appreciate it. But, so Mark, I came up with a game.
Yes.
So, along the lines of, we're trying to figure out what foods and everything like that, it's always really fun to kind of appreciate these deep-rooted, traditions that we have with the food and culinary palate, but it's also really important because people are involved, right?
Yes.
Always very important. And I want to talk to you about, so Mark, we have a table of 8. Me and you, of course, are involved, but we have 6 empty seats. We love our family and friends. They can go kick rocks. We are focused, and
Yes.
we're going to now pick 6 people, either alive or, in fiction or anything like that. Anybody we want at the table. Who do you want at your Thanksgiving? I can go first, because I
Yes.
did come up with the game. Would you like me to go first?
Yes, because I've spent a lot of time talking, so I would love, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so, Mark, because I spent a lot of time thinking about this.
Yes.
And I started really thinking about it, because it's like, I think every single person can really, they can hone in on the palate, right, of Thanksgiving. They go, oh, I have a turkey, and it might be smoked, it might be fried, it might just be normally cooked. Or they go, oh, I had this mashed potatoes, or I had this pumpkin pie, all that fun stuff. But I think what we can also all agree on is there's certain roles that everyone has at the table.
Yes.
Now, granted, we come from a very crazy family of 100 plus, so, our tables weren't as crazy, but these still roles came about. And what I want to talk to you really quickly about these roles, and that's how I formed my guest list, is around these classical roles.
Okay.
So, the first role is very important, but basically it's like me to you. It's your go-to. It's your best friend. It's the one person that any lull in the conversation, you can turn to them and go, what are you doing in your hobby? Or, what are you doing right now for fun? And then you guys talk for hours on end about what's going on over a great plate of food, right? So I kind of dubbed that like nerding out. Of course, you're on my list, so let's, get that, boom out of the way.
Yeah.
And the second one, though, is I put Henry Cavill. So he's an alive person, not a character or anything like that. The reason why I chose Henry Cavill is because I'm getting into the Witcher game.
Yep.
And I'm starting getting into the Warhammer lore. I've always been in the Warhammer lore with a podcast, Lorehammer. Great podcast. You guys should absolutely listen to it. But I'm just now recently getting into it with the books. And I would love to sit down with him and just shoot the crap on what's going on in both those franchises. I would love to hear his thoughts and opinions. So he's, other than you, he's the only other, like, real person. Everyone else is a character.
Yeah.
But also very important, cook, right?
Yes.
You're going to invite somebody, they got to be a killer cook. I chose Benjamin Sisko, captain of Deep Space Nine.
Yes. Not Deep Space 8.
Not Deep Space 8, Deep Space Nine. Jenna.
Sorry, Jenna.
This is Mark said it, not me. For you listeners, I should post it on here, but no, there's a great YouTube video if you ever look up Deep Space Nine, the theme song with words. I listen to it almost every single year, probably every quarter. Honestly, if I had to be honest.
The majority of the views are Tony. Maybe,
allegedly, absolutely true. Yeah. So, but it's really important because Benjamin Sisko is Captain Deep Space Nine. He is his father is a cook in Louisiana. And just world renowned. Everybody goes to his father. And it's one of those classic things where he's kind of has this like relationship with his dad. It was like, oh man, I never took over the business. And he's like, no. Like, you did it in your own way. You're your father. You're raising your son. That's really, truly the business. And, but still, Benjamin Sisko is an unbelievable cook. A little Cajun style. So a little Creole Thanksgiving. Might not hurt. I was like, oh, dude, this is going to be sick. So, next step. Funny entertainment. These are just people with quick wits, maybe bust out an instrument. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's really common, but, at Thanksgiving. But either way, just fun people to be around that is going to get the jokes, joking around, keep everything pretty jovial. I did Brooks from One Piece.
Okay.
So Skeleton from One Piece. I'm actually right now in the arc right now. It's called Thriller Bark. But the whole shtick is that he's just a very silly skeleton with an afro and pretty decent swordsman, but a really good bard. He does all the music instruments. He's very funny. He's always quick to a joke. So Brooks is definitely fulfilling that role. Next one is Rumor. Mark, we all have an aunt.
Oh,
you give a glass of wine to, and all of a sudden you start hearing about, cuss and swearabouts that you didn't even know that was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need a rumor mill.
The tea.
You need the tea. This is not even the Boston Tea Party. This is Thanksgiving, but you need the tea. I put Varys from Game of Thrones.
I mean, that's clear.
Come
the master
on.
of whispers. Yeah.
I mean, come on. I want to know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really want to know what's going on. So I thought that was good. The next one, I think most people will go on this. Everyone has an uncle that rips one too many beers after watching football and goes political hard.
Oh, yeah.
I chose Chancellor Valorum from Star Wars.
Oh.
Get a beer or two in him? Dude, that's Electric City high voltage. He's going to start talking about all the ins and outs of every single... He's going to be like, dude, you know that senator from, Naboo? I think there's something going on with him. The usurper. I think there's something going on with him. You know what I mean?
I used to be the chancellor. The emperor usurped my power.
Yeah. I used to be the emperor until I took a, arrow to the knee. But, by the way, did you actually know the origin behind that?
What?
Arrow to the knee doesn't mean he took a physical arrow to the knee. It means he got married. You know in Skyrim, where he's like, I used to be an adventurer like you till I took the arrow to the knee. That's like basically, it's kind of like a colloquialism, being like you got down to one knee and you got married.
I did
so
not
he's like,
know that.
I had to take away my adventuring days and be a stay at home. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, I never knew that. But sorry, now we're crossing a lot of lores there. But
yeah, right.
Chancellor Valorum, I feel like you get a couple beers in him, he's gonna start spewing some political facts. I'd be kind of, I'm all there for that. Then all of a sudden, dude, Varys starts talking about some stuff too, dude. Yeah, it's good. I'm pretty pumped about my list. And the very last one,
he's gonna get Valorum to go off because he'll say something that Valorum didn't even piece together or realize, but Varys will just say like two words and like
nudge it.
Yeah, and then all the gears will turn.
Because here's the thing: it's not about the uncle having that many beers. It's about an uncle having that many beers, and then a niece says, oh, by the way, in my college course. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, sparks are flying. That's Varys, because he knows how to stir the pot.
Oh, yes, he does.
Very last one, you need someone super chill to either have an occasional laugh with, relatively stoic, but at the very end of the night, have a nice little pipe, a nice little sipper, and let it ride. And just digest the food, sorry, and to be able to just, like, chill, think about what you're thankful for, being very pensive, I guess.
Yes.
Gandalf the Grey.
Easy.
And that's my 6. That's my, 8 total, including us, of course.
Okay.
But, yeah. Did you have more than that, or did you only do 6? Right?
I only did 6.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure, because when I sent you, I looked back at the text, I said a table of 8. And I sat there, I was like, oh, wait, no, I hope he knows that we invite her. Because here's the thing, we're out.
Yeah.
Even if you said no family and friends, I'm still inviting you, brother.
Yes.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Now, did you take me out or keep me in? No, I'm just joking.
No, you're in.
Okay, good.
So I went out a different way than you did.
I'm very curious, because, once again, I just texted Mark. I said, hey, who, you can choose anybody. Who would you choose for your Thanksgiving dinner? And I was really curious how you went. I went rolls, and then I kind of backwards did it. But I'm curious how you did it.
So I just thought of my, 6 kind of, favorite franchises and, my favorite characters from those franchises.
Okay.
And then I asked ChatGPT to help on how this Thanksgiving dinner would go.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, I'm ready for it.
So my attendees, Tony, our attendees are Professor R.J. Lupin.
Nice. I knew those happened.
Raymond,
I knew that.
Because lycanthropy.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you just want me to guess all these?
Oh, sure.
I'm joking. Keep going.
Next, number 2, Gimli, son of Gloin.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Okay. Number 3, Plo Koon.
Whoa. Okay. I did not think that was going to be your Star Wars one. I love that.
I had to throw a wrench in the works there. Shikamaru Nara.
Come on. Easy.
Tyrion Lannister.
Threw me off.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
Plo Koon and Tyrion. That's okay.
And Uncle Iroh.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the 6 that are coming.
Great.
Okay. So let's set the scene, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in. The turkey is perfectly seasoned and roasted, prepared with a slight ginger tea glaze.
Nice. I mean, come on.
Uncle Iroh's touch.
Yeah.
And perhaps a small decorative dwarven battle axe is going to be used to carve.
For sure.
Upon Gimli's request.
Yep.
Sides. Remus ensures there are plenty of practical, filling comfort foods, such as creamy mashed potatoes and proper English gravy.
Now, did he take his wolf's mane potion?
Yes, I'm assuming yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yes. Tyrion, of course, brings the alcohol. He brings an excellent aged Arbor Gold wine pairing for the meal.
Okay.
Iroh provides his signature jasmine tea and a light, delicate fireflake seasoning for the yams.
Honestly,
Little kick.
a little kick. There's
Yeah.
nothing about it. Everyone does, a little sweet, a little, you know what I mean, cinnamon, but a little kick to it.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be bad, Tony.
No, not bad at all.
Okay, for desserts, Shikamaru insists on something simple and low effort,
Oh, yeah,
like
come on.
store-bought pumpkin pie.
Yeah, all right, there it is. All right, I was like, how should because I was like, is he gonna get ash from a cigarette? I don't know.
Yes, which Gimli promptly replaces with a plate of dense, spiced lemnis bread, which no one but Gimli attempts to eat.
Yeah, it doesn't sound,
It's filling. If
It's
you eat
filling.
too much lemnis bread, you can't eat the other good stuff, Tony.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's designed to be filling too. And which, by the way, can we? Sorry, really quick. Can we reflect on that? Literally, even there's like a joke in the D&D world because, like in D&D, if you want to play hardcore D&D, you need supplies.
Yes.
And when you venture out every single day, you use up so much supplies. And I tried to do it once with a group, and it was the most crunchy, not fun thing ever. Like keeping track of legitimately every single aspect of your character, like carrying weight, everything, all this other thing. But the joke in the D&D world is like even Token didn't want to mess with this because like he's developing the lemnis bread, and he's like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
You never have to worry about storage ever again. You have a bread that fills your tummy indefinitely.
Just one bite. Yeah.
Good to go. All right, next. I know that's always like the joke. So when you brought up lemnis bread, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think we've ever talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Or
it's been a
you're-
meme going around.
Or you're Pippin and you eat 4. Right off.
Or you eat 4, yeah. But you gotta have a hobbit stomach.
Yeah. Right.
Dwarves don't have the hobbit stomach. But I thought for sure Gimli would also be bringing in ales.
Yeah. Well.
Might be, hey, chap GPT.
Yeah.
Come
See,
on.
this is not perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he probably did bring
Yeah,
it.
he has
He's
to.
not drinking wine. That
No.
elvish swill,
Yeah, and he has to have a drinking contest at the end. So if he's not, because it's one of those things where
It's
here's
him
the
and
thing.
Tyrion,
Yeah,
going
if
at
you're
it.
gonna go into a drinking competition with some folks at the table, it's polite to bring your own barrel.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
You can't just
run them out.
You can't bum. Yeah.
I agree.
mean, but if they're willing to give you a, you know what I mean, a stein or two, fine. But
Yeah.
you can't run them out.
Yeah. It's not polite. I agree.
So yeah, let's just write that in right now.
Yes.
He's
brings
bringing
in
in
his
some
own.
dwarven ale,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
From the Blue Mountains.
And he's the uncle that
From
drinks
cousins.
a little too much.
Oh, come
Come
on.
on.
Are we talking about political?
Yeah.
Start talking. Yeah. All right, you know what I mean? You're sharp.
So,
Or he's going to get a little too, like, talk about Gladriel. You're like, dude.
oh yeah, chill, bro.
It's crazy to think about your uncles, like,
Yeah.
thinking about people like
Yeah.
that. You're like, dude, come
Chill.
on, man. Yeah.
He's just sitting there sniffing her hair. You know?
Yeah. She's the queen of Lothlorien, man. You know. Put some
We
respect.
could never be.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. She did give her 4 hairs, though.
That's
3?
3,
I asked
4,
for 1 hair.
and she gave me.
She gave me 3. Or something like
Yeah,
that.
she
Yeah.
just
something. Yeah.
So the ambiance of the table, Tony, it's well lit.
Nice.
Plo Koon, however, suggests dimming the lights slightly as a Keldor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the sweet binocle
Goggles,
glasses.
yep,
Yeah.
so. And then Iroh fills the air with calming wisdom and the gentle scent of his tea brewing. Okay, so that's the scene. So now let's get into some. What are these people talking about, Tony? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, honestly, talk about wisdom. I think Lupin and Iroh are going so deep, dude.
I think that wasn't even on ChatGPT's list, but I think you're.
We should be ChatGPT.
I know. I think you're 100% right.
Be.
Yeah.
Mark, we could be.
We could be.
Hey, just guys, ask your ChatGPT prompts to us.
Yes.
It's engaged, dude. Just like the first Thanksgiving. Help us, right? You're gonna
Yes.
give us, prompts. We'll answer them back. It's perfect.
We won't be able to respond as quickly, but they will be
quick.
better.
It will be more succinct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll sound like a human.
Yeah.
But it'd be funny if we just put it in our own ChatGPT. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But sorry, keep going.
Okay, so just some conversations that ChatGPT generated. Plo Koon and Shikamaru would share a quiet, intense moment discussing the weight of responsibility and the most efficient path to victory. Shikamaru focuses on minimum effort, while Plo Koon on maximum preservation of life.
Okay. I'm shocked that Shikamaru don't know. You know what I mean? Like he's also not like there's a laziness there, but it's also he's not like throwing people at throw
Right.
them in the fire. So
Tyrion would then interrupt them both to argue that all war boils down to gold and gossip, illustrating his point with a cynical Westerosi anecdote.
yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yep. Especially if you're season 1 Tyrion. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, here we go. About Gimli. Gimli would begin a loud, passionate defense of dwarven craftsmanship, arguing that dwarven ale is a superior drink unmatched in flavor and fortitude.
yeah.
Here we go. Here it is.
You're bringing out Westerosi's golden whatever. It's like, come on, that's like frissy stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta.
Yeah. Uncle Iroh would calmly counter that the simplest pleasures, like a cup of jasmine tea, require the greatest skills to perfect and bring the most profound peace. That sounds pretty.
That seems right. Yeah.
Remus would quietly nod to both, having a practical appreciation for a strong drink, but a need for Iroh's calming influence.
Nice.
Me,
Like that.
yep.
Yeah. Because Lupin's not the star of the show. He's just trying to sit back and go.
Remus and Plo Koon would bond over the challenge of leading people, such as Jedi cadets or young wizards, while carrying heavy personal burdens and secrets.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Tyrion would then offer a toast. To burdens, may they always be filled by excellent wine and terrible decisions made by others. I thought that quote I could hear
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage saying that.
It's almost like they grabbed it from the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one.
So anyway, those are my people, I think.
And that's around the table?
Yep.
I like that. So Mark, outside of that, what else do you think? So we kind of talked about it a little bit. What else do you think would happen at your table? Like other interactions? I guess I didn't do interactions like we can talk about my interactions, but let's first go over do you think there's any additional ones you want to add in? Like I feel like Iroh and Lupin would have to talk because they're both just so wise
yeah.
and reflective and really appreciating then and now, but also appreciating like, you know, the teacher aspect, right? Because Iroh with Zuko and, you know, Lupin with Harry and others, you know?
Yeah, so I think much to your Gandalf connection in your table, Remus, and at the end of the night, Remus and Iroh would be peeling off, having that smoke, having that nightcap.
Yep.
Discussing the finer things, the greater things in life.
Yep.
Tyrion and Gimli will be trying to outdrink each other.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Within 5 minutes.
Getting rowdy and Ramsay, and then they'll be like the best of friends for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Shikamaru. What a drink. Yeah.
Shikamaru and Plo Koon, I think, would just like Irish goodbye. They would like silently disappear.
Or they would go hard in the paint and they play the chess like tactical game.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yes!
Whatever the tile game is. I don't know what that is.
Yes.
Is that chess? I don't know. I know it's not
Mahjong-
chess, but
it's not mahjong either. But yeah,
But
I know,
it's
I
like
know,
it's like that.
the
It's like
next generation is the king, Tony.
yeah, dude. Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The flame, man. Yeah, nice pull.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, you know you're Naruto. But yeah, I think they'd be playing that in the corner. Have to be. Wait, who else? Oh, that's everybody.
it. That's all six.
Okay.
I think that. Yeah.
So I thought of mine in a vacuum because when you think about it, I was like, how would I interact with these people? Maybe that was a little like not selfish, but you know, I once again spherical chickens in a vacuum, right? That's kind of how I was thinking about this because if I had to think about interactions, like I think we have actually a pretty darn group to have like group discussions. I feel like no one's gonna go one way or the other. Varys would know when to chime in, when not to.
Mm-hmm.
Valoran would. Once again, very Politico, so same kind of deal, would also want to chime in. Gandalf, more chill.
Mm-hmm.
Cisco, yeah, I don't think we're getting, like, rowdy. I don't have any big drinkers on there, but
Yeah.
we would definitely be sipping. I think here's what the night's going to happen. I think the meal's going to go well.
Mm-hmm.
Cisco's cooking. Come on. I mean, to talk about, you know, the spice, you know, I love it. But I think the conversations during dinner are going to be very light, very in-depth on some passionate discussions on just, you know, maybe with Henry and I talking about, oh, yeah, we're talking about Witcher and Warhammer and maybe talking about some of that stuff. But I think the second the dinner plates are off the table, Chewfinger, bourbon, scotch, whiskey, one of those three are going around the room.
Yeah.
Top shelf, of course.
I feel like Varys doesn't drink though. Does he drink in the show? I
don't know. I don't
Yeah.
remember him. But if anything, you know, he might join in the time. He
Yeah.
knows. He might not even take a sip, but he'll at least pour.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing. And I think it would get into such a deep philosophical, like, moment. I think it would have to. Because everyone's got a pipe. Everyone's just, you know, drinking that. And I think it would go super deep, super quick. Because Henry Cavill, super deep guy.
Yeah.
Benjamin, I mean, everyone's super deep besides Brooke, but even Brooke is like, he could sit back and have fun. You know what I mean? Maybe he might be the kind of like the little kid at the table where you're like, dude, just let the adults talk a little bit. But
Yeah.
other than that, I think it would go really deep, really quick. It'd be chill. But I'll be honest, I'd want to visit your Thanksgiving hard. I think that'd be a lot
It'd
of
be
fun.
fun. I think
it'd
it
be
would
a lot
be
of fun. I think, well, visit. Sorry, I'm already there.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you would
yeah,
also
yeah.
enjoy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think there's two different ones. I think there's a very rowdy,
Correct.
like fun, and I think this is a very on the other side, flip side. This is a very group,
Yeah.
think, chill night, and just kind of talk about, kind of like just drinking with the boys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, talking about it, we only picked guys across the board.
Yeah.
No, we're having fun. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Boys only.
Yeah. I mean, girls.
A
drool.
girl would ruin the dynamic, Tony.
Yeah, there's just they you know, they're from Jupiter.
Yeah.
You know, but no, I didn't even think about that. But at the time too, like yeah, it was kind of the way I was thinking about it was like a very low key, very deep thought group. So I think that's where I kind of went with.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mark, dude, this was a lot of fun.
That was good.
I
think we
really,
did.
really, really enjoyed the group understanding of the game, and I also really like how we always take things at two different sides.
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed learning all that stuff about Thanksgiving because what blows my mind is like, why man, maybe we did learn about this at
Yeah,
one
maybe.
point. I don't remember it, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, overall, super fun. Totally appreciate all the research and everything you did.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yes. So, thanks everyone for listening. Please reach out with any questions, mix-ups, what-if ideas. Let us know what you think about both of our Thanksgiving tables.
Yeah.
If you've got a Thanksgiving table, we'd love to hear it and how they would interact.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, or like their roles too. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Going
yeah.
from both sides. And then also, yeah, like we'll put a poll in. Would it be Mark's or would it be mine? Who would you join?
Yeah.
Right? Who do you prefer? There's only one more seat left on one of them, you know, so would love to hear that. So, and if you're curious, how do I reach out with that? You can go on our Instagram or X at the Live Laugh Lore Pod, or you can also email us at the Live Laugh Lore Pod at gmail.com. That's Live Laugh Lore Pod, POD at gmail.com.
Thanks, guys.